Welcome to your high converting spear cover framework in the Passion Product Launch system. Once you've created your spear, or also known as your lead magnet, this simple framework will help you to create a high converting spear cover so that you can optimize the number of people who will actually opt in from cold traffic. So, what is it? It is your high converting spear cover, which is one of the most important pieces of your lead generation funnel. This is the front end of your funnel. This is where you are using imagery and messaging and a tool, some kind of problem, simple solution framework or checklist to convert cold traffic into a marketing prospect in your automated marketing nurture funnel. So you've heard the phrase, we've all heard the phrase, you can't judge a book by its cover. However, in marketing advertising, prospects always judge a book by its cover. They do it all the time. And by following this framework, you will create a high converting spear cover that will knock that problem out, and you will get a very high converting lead magnet ad, landing page, and opt-in page sequence. So this will help you really ramp up the ROI on the front end of your funnel. So people are going to judge whether they want to move forward from a completely cold traffic click based on your cover and the message that's on your cover. So if it's the wrong message, or it's poorly done, or the design is no good, it's not going to work as well as it should, or it won't work at all. But understand that the message is much more important than the design. Of course, you can't have a crappy design. If it's really bad, then it's just going to spell low quality. So you want the design obviously to match the quality of your product and services, so don't cut corners. Why is this important? Your cover is one of the very first things that people are going to see in your ad. It'll align with your ad, your branding, and your funnel, your landing page, and your act video. If you use some kind of video or kind of a warm-up process with videos and imagery and messaging to warm people up to your authority, to create that authority, connection, and trust with cold prospects in a nurturing system, in an automated nurturing system or email marketing platform, then your cover is one of those first things that will help them decide whether they're going to get in to your marketing system. It's going to have to spell a simple solution to a problem they're having right now, something they can consume easily, and will basically say that with quality. If the cover is not clear and compelling, hooking them with an implied promise or benefit delivery that can help them quickly solve this problem, then the cover is worthless. It's not going to work for you. Think about most best-selling books that you see on in the market. A lot of growth hackers have found that you need to test the covers of your books. A great cover can make or break the sales of a book. A great or best-selling book becomes a best-selling book because the cover has been tested and has been proven to create that demand or the desire for people to purchase, to find out what the contents are. So again, the cover has to speak specifically to that specific prospect, that avatar, and really show them how they're going to get some great benefits by purchasing that book. And likewise, with a lead magnet or spear, the cover is going to sell the contents or sell them into the next step in your nurture funnel. So, and it'll also weed out those people who shouldn't be in. So a good cover can make or break the sale of a book regardless of the contents. Now, obviously, the contents have to be really great in order to create that buzz or that virality, the viral growth of a book or that market response. But the cover has to do the initial heavy lifting of convincing the person to open up the cover, to purchase it, to take the next step. So in your funnel, your spear cover, also known as the lead cover magnet, will quickly be judged by everyone who sees it. And they're going to judge, number one, is this for me? Number two, is it going to solve a problem that I have right now? Number three, should I give away my information, my name and my email, or whatever other information you're asking up front in your opt-in, in order to get this lead magnet or this spear? So it's got to convince them to give up their information in order to download it and enter into your marketing funnel. So remember that there are many points of entry for your prospects based on your prosperity plan. You can make spears out of just about any point in your prosperity plan. and you can find which ones are going to give you the biggest ROI. And you may have many entry points that you find that work for you to not only grow your business, your ROI, but also help you scale through different points and different sub niches in your market. So rarely does a launch, this is an important note, rarely does any launch find the perfect market fit on its first try. That's a miracle if that happens. That's why it's essential to look at all the marketing creatives as an ongoing test or a rolling science experiment so that you can continue to improve until you do get a fine-tuned machine that helps sell on autopilot. So remember, your cold prospects are going to tell you, based on their decision and based on their actions, what works and what doesn't work. Basically, the market's going to tell you. And the quickest and best way to do that is through digital advertising funnels. So where does this exist? In our prosperity plan, this high converting spear cover is found in the spear module of the analyze phase. So this is one of the tools that you're going to create and possibly create over and over to create a bigger business and to create more pipelines, more opportunities to capture different kinds of prospects within your niche. All right. So here's a simple acronym for making this cover. For the C stands for compelling headline. If it doesn't have a compelling headline, it doesn't matter what the rest says. So we worked that out in the passion power lines. You can test different passion power lines for your advertising as well as for your cover, and also for different solutions within your big solution, different mini solutions that you're going to offer to entice people to check you out or to sample what you have a little further. The O is that it offers immediate benefits. The V, that you have some verified results, some testimonial or case study that you can put right on the front, sample to show that you've done this before, that you have proof that it works. E is an excellent design and presentation. Don't skimp on that part. Just do your best to present excellence in every arena. R, it reveals your bigger solution and reduces friction to response. In other words, it stretches that gap. It shows them that there's a bigger solution, whether you show a picture of your prosperity plan on the front of the cover, or if you show a satisfied client. See, one of the things that they will see is they'll see that if they're in a dissatisfied state, they're looking to alleviate that pain and move away from their frustrations and fears, and they want to move towards a better life, a better solution. And if your cover can show someone like them, someone in their same situation who's experienced your great results and they're much better for it, that's a very quick way to convey that this reveals your bigger solution and that's right for them to take the next step. So the title, here's some great ways to work on the title. Again, we use the passion power lines in the previous message module in the analyze phase to give you some frameworks to work out different titles to test. Always test them. Remember the target process. Here's a basic framework: the target prospect's guide to getting the results they want without the results they want to avoid, or the implications or fears or negative things they want to avoid. So make sure your title's specific. Make sure it's kind of new, breakthrough, or cutting edge. It's not something that's been around forever, so that people who are seasoned in your market will be enticed by the idea that, hey, this might be something that I haven't seen before. There's nothing new under the sun, but when you innovate, everybody innovates. They try to innovate, or they should innovate. When you do that, you bring a new look on a solution into your niche. So it should be simple, easy to consume. You don't want 100 pages unless you are trying to sell a very technically complex process or thing or high-end item. You want it to solve something for them quickly so that they will want to take that next step towards being a customer. Try 3 to 5, bullet points, or 3 to 5 pages, not 100 pages. It has to be easy to access, delivers the mini solution in a timely manner, creates that authority, connection, and trust, and always leads to the next step. You're always leading them. They don't know where to go next. You're the expert. Go ahead and lead them to that next step. Take them to that conversion event or sale, whatever that mini step or big step is. A sale is really just a bunch of mini steps of confidence and building trust and clarity. Make sure your image, you can show a happy prospect or your prosperity plan or a combination of those in the background to create that curiosity, that open psychological loop that makes them want to look at this puzzle and say, hey, I want to see what's under the cover. I want to see what's inside this puzzle. Don't use cheesy stock photos. Make them relevant. If you can use a real client photo or client photos and testimonials, much more powerful. Benefits, what 3 to 5 benefits or transformations are they going to experience by using your entire plan? Now notice this, you don't have to just stick to benefits of this one tiny spear solution. You can list other benefits. You would want to list maybe 1 or 2 of the benefits that they will receive from going through this DIY spear. But then you can also list some other benefits that they will experience if they use your whole plan or solution. In other words, you're going to lead them on that bigger journey towards their success. That's part of your story. Social proof. Do you have a testimonial to place on the cover? If not, you can use an industry generalized benefit such as, join 20,000 other satisfied clients if it's a similar product or something like that, as long as you're not being dishonest or obviously breaking any kind of advertising laws or things like that. So call to action, make a very clear call to action. What are they going to do next? What do you want them to do next? Download it, watch something, opt in. What's the call to action? What's the next logical step? Make it clear, make it easy to do. Color alignment, make sure you've got your 2 to 4 colors that you're using with your ad, your brand, and your site. And here are some tool suggestions. You can use Google Drive documents to create the lead magnet. You can then convert that or download it in a PDF format. You can also use presentation software to make these like Keynote, PowerPoint, or the slides in Google Drive. If you need photos, you can find stock photos, free stock photos at Pixabay.com, or there's other places to find free stock photos to mock up and test, as well as paid places, paid stock photo repositories. Now the work for the cover, let's do the work. Create the title, calling out the avatar, the prospect with your promise, the timeline metrics. What problem will your spear solve for them that will add value, establish your authority, and create that trust? Number 2, create milestone transformations 1 through 3 or 4 by name only or not metrics. You could put a few metrics in there if it makes sense. Add case study quote or testimonial at the bottom. Create, then ship off this to a third-party source if you don't have a designer to create the cover artwork using your guidelines, using some place like Fiverr or Upwork, and you can get one of these for literally pennies on the dollar. Very professional looking design for the front, and add it to the PDF. And then you save this artwork, of course, for future ad alignment and landing page alignment. And for the context, choose the format, create your outline in the previous framework. This should have been done before you created the cover. It's the framework in the Spear module. It's the framework called Building and Perfecting Your Spear in the Analyze phase. So build your tool, your framework to help them solve their problem and do-it-yourself style, the DIY style, and make sure you deliver on your promise. If you bring a little clarity, if you bring some kind of organization, some kind of aha moment to them just through this simple tool you're creating, it's going to give them confidence that you know what you're doing. So just edit and finalize the format for download and ease of use and consumption. Then upload that to your website or your funnel, whatever funnel software you're using or host, right after your opt-in to be delivered after your authority, connection, and trust video on the thank you page. And that's it for building your high converting spear cover. If you need any help, reach on out to us and we'll do our best to help you creating a high converting spear cover. And good luck to you.